My colleagues in public health, I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary. As you know, President Trump has made the decision to withdraw the United States from the World Health Organization. While the United States has provided the lion's share of the organization's funding historically, other countries, such as China, have exerted undue influence over its operations in ways that serve their own interests and not particularly the interests of the global public. This all became obvious during the COVID pandemic when the WHO, under pressure from China, suppressed reports at critical junctures of human-to-human transmission. The WHO often acts like it has forgotten that its members must remain accountable to their own citizens and not to transnational or corporate interests. And indeed, the WHO has, since its inception, accomplished important work, including the eradication of smallpox. Too often, though, WHO's priorities have increasingly reflected the biases and interests of corporate medicine. Too often it has allowed political agendas like pushing harmful gender ideology to hijack its core mission. And too often it has become the tool of politics and turned its back on promoting health and health security. Global cooperation on health is still critically important to President Trump and myself. But it isn't working very well under the WHO, as the failures of the COVID era demonstrate. The WHO has not even come to terms with its failures during COVID, let alone made significant reforms. Instead, it has doubled down with the pandemic agreement, which will lock in all of the dysfunctions of the WHO pandemic response. Well, we're not going to participate in that. We're going to make healthcare in the United States serve the needs of the public instead of industry profit-taking. I urge the world's health ministers and the WHO to take our withdrawal from the organization as a wake-up call. It isn't that President Trump and I have lost interest in international cooperation, not at all. We just want it to happen in a way that's fair and efficient and transparent for all the member states. We want a free international health cooperation from the straitjacket of political interference by corrupting influences of the pharmaceutical companies, of adversarial nations, and their NGO proxies. I would like to take this opportunity to invite my fellow health ministers around the world into a new era of cooperation. We don't have to suffer the limits of a moribund WHO. Let's create new institutions or revisit existing institutions that are lean, efficient, transparent, and accountable. Whether it's an emergency outbreak of an infectious disease or the pervasive rot of chronic conditions that have been overtaking not just America, but the whole world, we're ready to work with you. Thank you, and may God bless you, and let's all pray for the health of our children and our grandchildren.
Bien. ¿Puedes ir?